Win, win, win. Dub. That's for sure a win. Win, win, win. Of course we gonna win that one. Oh, nothing. Just sitting here counting the Falcons wins. Because I don't see us losing.
Like and subscribe.
Falcons fans, the schedule has finally released. I know I'm late. The week of the release, I was a little tied up into, a little romance and whatnot. I guess you can call it that. We were just spending quality time together. I wouldn't say romance, just quality time. Anywho, the schedule has released. We're about to look over it on this laptop here so I can get a visual of what I'm talking about. Things that have been said. We have the easiest schedule in the NFL. That's bullcrap. I don't believe that. Not saying that I don't believe we have the easiest schedule. I just don't believe in the NFL being easy, period. Because it's the NFL. We don't have any primetime games. Who cares? We don't deserve primetime games because we haven't played primetime football. And we got to go to London. So as soon as the schedule released, I looked at it and I was seeing what games I could go to that were out of town because, we like to travel. And London was a very interesting idea. It's not fair. It's not as expensive as I thought it was going to be. But I don't know my future schedule that far in advance because I would definitely like to spend a week in London. I wouldn't want to go for a couple of days or something like that. Definitely would want to spend a week. And I don't know if I would be able to do that. But enough about me and more about the Falcons. So week 1, we got Carolina. That's a win. It's not going to be easy, but it's at home, and we should have an advantage with Bryce Young being a rookie quarterback. Now, if they can come out and run the ball, it'll be I don't even know. This is a win, to be honest. The only thing good on that team right now is their defense and their future quarterback. Now, if they can stay in the game, then they could possibly beat us. But I don't see them staying in the game and beating us. I feel like this is going to be Atlanta making a statement the first game, and they should win. Desmond Ridder hasn't lost at home yet. He doesn't lose home games apparently, so this will be a good win. Green Bay Packers. Week 2. I'm going to call this a win as well. We don't know what Jordan Love is going to be. At the same time, we don't know what Desmond Ridder is going to be. But on top of that, I just think we should pull this off. Simply because of that. But it could go any way. This might be a loss because they got a pretty good defense. And the only thing holding them back is their quarterback. So this is really a toss-up. But I'm going to say it's a dub simply because we at home. Now, week 3, we go to Detroit. This could be a loss for us. I don't believe in their defense that much. But their offense showed a lot last year. Like, they almost made the playoffs. Jared Goff is a Super Bowl quarterback. Even though he didn't lead them to the Super Bowl, it was all Todd Gurley. He still put in the work last year and led that team. This is another toss-up game because I really am not sure, but since they're at home in Detroit, I think we win this game, to be honest. I think we win this game. I think we're a better team than them. across the board. I could be wrong. So that will have us either 3-0 or 1-2 or 2-1. I can see us being 3-0 right there. Now, week 4 in London, Jacksonville, I think this is going to be maybe our first loss right here. A close one, but our first loss, because this is a playoff team. And that's why I think we may lose to Detroit, because they're a playoff team. So I'll say we're 2-2, man. We're going to lose to Detroit and we'll lose to Jacksonville. The only reason I'm saying we're losing to Jacksonville because they're a playoff team and they might have a better team than us. Of course we're going to be competitive because that's just the team we are. We are a competitive team. We don't go down without a fight. But I think we lose. Now Houston, that's a win. That's at home. A young rebuilding team, first year head coach. That should be a win for us, no doubt. Washington Commanders should be a dub. I just think we have a better team than them. They're pretty good on defense, of course. Their whole quarterback situation, you know, and we've been playing this team for the last 3 years and we've almost beat them. This should be the year that we beat them. And I don't know why this game is on CBS. But anywho, I think that's a dub. So I already said we should be 4-2 through week 6. And then we got Tampa Bay the following week. We got to go to Tampa Bay, which will be a nice trip. That should be a win because their team is pitiful. They don't know who their quarterback is going to be. Is it going to be Baker Mayfield? Is it going to be Kyle Trask? If it's any one of those guys, I predict us to have a win. Anywho, got to go to Tennessee. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to this Tennessee game. Shout out to my boy C. He live up there in Nashville. My boy Ryan live up there in Nashville. This will be a good game to go to because Nashville is a great city. Other than that, though, on the football side, man, this is gonna be a slobber knocker. This is gonna be a fight. Two good running football teams. Derrick Henry, and of course, we got a stable of backs. I think our defense should be better than Tennessee's. Tennessee's defense hasn't been that good the past couple of years. And we still don't know about their quarterback situation. Is it going to be Ryan Tannehill or is it going to be Will Levis? And they don't really have any weapons. So I think we're going to win this game. So that leaves us with 2 losses. I don't know how many wins. I got to count them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-2. Then we got to play Minnesota at home. This is going to be a good game. Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook more than likely. Then they got Justin Jefferson, all the receivers they got. Is their defense good? Because I really don't know. I think it is, though, because they're pretty solid on defense. This might be a loss right here, guys. Yeah, this might be a loss right here. You got to be realistic. You got to look at it from both sides. Minnesota they're a playoff team. But you never know. So that is 6-3. Then we got Arizona. Arizona is another game I would like to go to. My cousin's out there. Shout out CJ. I think he lives in Phoenix. I've always wanted to go to Arizona, man. I just like being on the West Coast. I like the dry heat, you know. Never been to Arizona. I really want to go to that game. So that would be 2 games, but that would be kind of close to. Well, actually, we wouldn't really have to travel for Nashville. We'd have to fly to Arizona though. But besides that, is Kyler Murray going to be healthy? This is another young rebuilding team with a new head coach. They got weapons on offense. The only question mark is Kyler Murray going to be healthy. And if he is healthy, how healthy is he going to be coming back off an ACL tear? this, I'm gonna say this is a dub because their defense isn't that good. So that's 7-3 right there. Then we got a bye week, get the rest up. We gotta play New Orleans at home. Now, this is the team in the NFC South that I think we're gonna be competing with because they got the pieces. Now, I would say Carolina, but they got a rookie quarterback. And there's no telling how that's going to pan out. Now, New Orleans, they just always been a good team. Not always, but like recently, even though they lost Drew Brees, they were still competitive. I think we're going to win. This is going to be a split. We're going to win at home and we might lose in New Orleans. It depends, though, how they fare out. You never know what could happen. So that's 8-3 right there. Then we got to go to New York. You know I'm trying to get to that game right there. I'm trying to get to New York. It's going to be December 3rd, though. That's the only thing holding me back from going to New York in December to watch the Falcons. I love New York, man. Granted, the game won't be in New York. It'll be in New Jersey, but we still get to visit New York. And I haven't been in New York in since COVID. That's been a long time. I miss New York. I miss you guys. Just saying. But other than that, I think this is a loss. This team is going to make a playoff run. They should make a playoff run. They were almost in it last year, and they had 3 different quarterbacks playing. Their defense is going to be solid. They got a good offense with good weapons. They got a good O-line, and they got Aaron Rodgers, the de facto, the determining factor right there. So I think that's a loss. So that's like what, 8-4, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8-4. At least those are 8-4. Got to play Tampa at home. Week 14, that's a dub. I think that team's going to be struggling. Like, they're going to have to... They're looking to get a quarterback in there. I don't think they're going to blatantly try to do that. I mean, granted, their defense will still be solid, but your defense can only do so much. And they barely did anything last year with Tom Brady. I think this team's going to be struggling, and we're going to sweep them for the season. So that's 9-4. Then we got to go to Carolina. Now, if they have their ish together by then, this could be a loss in Carolina. Carolina will be another good game to go to, depending on what day it is. Because it's December 17th. That could be a Thursday night game. So... Besides, Charlotte's a nice city to visit too as well. I like Charlotte. But besides all that, yeah, if the Carolina has their ish together by then, this could be a loss. But first year head coach, all that jazz, no weapons on offense. I think we sweep them, and that leaves us at 10-4. I could be being biased, but, you know, it's just the unknown. Then the Colts come to us. Boy, this could be... That game's going to be interesting. It could be... I'm not going to say a shootout, but they're going to run the... It's not going to be a shootout. It's going to probably be a tough game on the ground. Because they got Jonathan Taylor, arguably the best running back in the league. And they got AR. I just think that they're gonna be pretty good on offense. Granted, having a rookie quarterback. I think out of all the rookie quarterbacks, he's probably gonna be the best. Just simply because he has that running ability, man. And I think they're gonna design some things to get that involved. Now their defense isn't that good, and they come to us. I think that's a win on Christmas Eve. I just looked at that. Wow. That would be a good game to go to if I'm in town. Probably not. Probably be in Mississippi with the in-laws. Moving on to Chicago, December 31st, New Year's Eve. This will be another good game to go to, but it's December 31st in Chicago. Nobody's trying to be in Chicago on December 31st because it's going to be cold as you know what. All right? I haven't been to Chicago either. I really want to visit, but I think I'd rather visit summertime shot, if you know what I mean. But besides that, this could be a toss-up because they almost gave it to us last year. This really could be a toss-up. And they may be fighting for the playoffs. Their defense isn't that good, but it's at home. Man, I think we lose this game. For real. I hate to say that. I think these next two games are going to be losses. But we still make the playoffs. With the 10-7 record. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Ooh. No, not 10. 11. 11 and 6. I think it was. I don't know. I lost count. Freak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 and 6. 11 and 6. Chicago and New Orleans back to back on the road. I think we lose those games. We already beat New Orleans. They're gonna come out swinging. And it's gonna be, they're gonna have that voodoo going on, so you know how that goes. We might lose. We probably should lose that game. Hate to say we're gonna lose games, but it just is what it is. You're gonna lose. You gotta learn how to lose, man. That's what I teach a lot of kids. You gotta learn how to lose when I was coaching. Chicago. It's not how you lose, it's how you come back from a loss. That's what I always say, you know. But Chicago, that could be a toss-up too. So we could easily go 10-7, 11-6, 12-5, somewhere around that general area. But you never know. So you know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say we're going 7-10 once again. Because I said the same thing last year when they predicted us to go 2-15, and everybody else that was saying, oh, they're only gonna win about 5 games. Yeah. But if you set the bar, Arthur Smith's first year 7-10. I said 7-10 last year. Guess what they did? 7-10. I'm gonna say 7-10 again this year, but hopefully they're 8-9 or 9-8. You want to keep progressing. To be honest, it's not gonna take a lot to win our division to get in the playoffs. We're gonna be in the hunt from week 1, beating Carolina. So yeah, it's not going to take a lot to win our division. If we're 10-7, if we're 9-8, I mean, as long as you keep getting better. Now, if you go 6-11, then I'm going to be looking at you like, man, what in the world? But we built the roster, and we should be on the trajectory going up. So I feel like, can't put a number on it, but I'm just gonna say 7-10 again. But hopefully we do better and make the playoffs and win a playoff game. Not just make the playoffs, but win a playoff game because we have the roster. And I feel like if Desmond Ridder is the guy who we think we are, who we think he is, and who they think he is, and I mean the coaches in the front office.
Here